You guys like my new light bar install? You can't see it? Can you see it now? The reason that I wanted to do this is because I've been wanting a light bar or pod on the Subaru for some time now, and its factory HIDs are excellent on road, but going off-road at night, which I don't do too often but has come up enough at this point, and especially going into winter, it's a lot easier to go end up being out in the dark at 6 o'clock when I'm typically still going to be driving, and going down some of these paths that I'm going down at night. The factory HIDs aren't enough. The factory high beams on the car are incandescent and reflectors, and definitely are almost pointless with the HIDs. I've put LEDs in those and I've been pretty happy with them. Something that I did not want to do with more light is kind of have a build where the light becomes the whole front end of the car. The new Top Gear comes to mind with, the new Grand Tour comes to mind with the Audi that Jeremy Clarkson had. I didn't want that look, not for this car. But I wanted to do a little more. I want to do a little better with that car. That car has treated me great. I love that car. And I want to keep it kind of looking factory, looking kind of semi-factory, nothing outlandish. I want it to blend completely in a parking lot and disappear in its blandness, and it's kind of what I like about the car. Even though it's lifted and has a winch and now a light bar, it still looks pretty stock. You might set it next to a stock Wilderness and not even know how modified it is, and that's kind of what I'm going for. That wolf in sheep's clothing might be too much of an exaggeration there, but that kind of look. I don't want it to be outlandish. So I basically wanted to have my cake and eat it too here, and I did that. I did have to modify the grill a little bit and do some cuts to clearance for the beam, and I also attached it directly to the winch mount that the car has. And that winch mount, really, to me, you could do the same process with the factory beam because it's in the same place, but if anything, it was just harder for me to drill through. The install was very easy. If I was not caring, I could install it right on a bumper beam and go about my way, but the wiring harness is basically just in there for right now, and that's because I want to wire it up in such a way that I can have it set to off, set to on, or set to auto, to where when I turn my high beams on, it comes on as well. I want to have that ability to do that, and the factory, or the wiring harness that the light beam came with, is not able to do that, and it's simply a separate switch. I just like the integration package. It makes it feel better to me. It makes it feel more complete, and like I said, with that car especially, I want to keep it looking that like factory OEM kind of look. That's a lot to say about nothing.